Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? Today, well, you know how sometimes your dog seems a little off,
hmm
maybe gassy or the change in their poop or just not as energetic.
Yeah.
What if I told you those could be signs of like an unbalanced gut microbiome?
Yeah, it's true. We often focus on what we're feeding our dogs, but the real key to their well-being is in those trillions of bacteria. They're living in their digestive tracts.
Trillions.
Yeah, it's a whole ecosystem in there.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got this expert article called Understand Your Dog's Digestive System and How to Improve It. And it gets into some pretty fascinating details about this inner world. You know how dogs just inhale their food?
Right.
Like they barely even chew?
They're not exactly known for savoring each bite.
Right.
It's their powerful stomach acid. It takes care of breaking down those chunks.
Oh, wow.
It's way more acidic than ours, designed to handle all sorts of things their ancestors would have scavenged back in the day.
That makes sense.
Mm.
I mean, considering they evolved from, wolves.
Yeah.
So basically their stomachs are like built-in garbage disposal.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the article mentions that even with that, like super stomach, good bacteria are still crucial for their overall health.
Absolutely. Those bacteria aren't just along for the ride.
Right.
They're doing a ton of heavy lifting, breaking down complex proteins, fiber, creating vitamins. They even train the immune system. Remember, almost 70% of your dog's immune system is in their gut.
70%. Wow, I knew gut health was important.
Yeah.
But that's a serious percentage. So if those good bacteria are out of balance, it can affect their immune system.
Exactly. Think of it like this: a diverse and thriving gut microbiome. It's like having a well-trained army defending a fortress.
Oh.
It can identify and neutralize threats.
Okay, now I'm really starting to get the picture. So how do we ensure our dogs have this well-trained army of good bacteria? The article mentions something called probiotics. Are those like reinforcements for the good guys?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Probiotics are essentially live beneficial bacteria.
Okay.
We can add that to a dog's diet to bolster the good bacteria that's already in their gut.
Okay.
Think of them as like a targeted support system.
So are all probiotics created equal, or do we need to be picky about what we give our furry friends?
That's a crucial question. There are definitely some key things to look for.
Okay.
When you're choosing a probiotic, first off, you want species-specific strains.
Okay.
Those are designed for dogs, not just, general probiotics meant for humans.
Makes sense, yeah. We wouldn't send a poodle into a wolf pack, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So species-specific strains, that's a must. What else should we be looking for on that probiotic label?
Well, diversity is key. Look for products that contain multiple bacterial strains,
Okay.
not just one or two.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it as building a well-rounded team with different skills.
Right.
Each strain contributes something unique to the gut ecosystem.
Okay, so we've got our species-specific strains. We've got multiple strains for diversity. Now, I know the article also mentioned something about CFUs. What are those again?
GFUs, colony-forming units.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, it's a measure of how many live and active bacteria are in each dose.
Gotcha.
Imagine it like this. You have a product with 1 billion CFUs. It's like deploying a massive army, one with only 1 million. That's like sending a small platoon.
Oh, okay, so we want those big numbers.
Yeah.
The bigger, the better.
You got it. But there are those claims about billions and billions of bacteria.
Right.
You need to make sure those bacteria are still viable.
Okay.
Meaning they're alive and kicking when your dog eats them. Look for products that guarantee viability through the expiration date.
Okay.
And are properly stored to maintain, their potency.
Got it. So it's not just about the numbers, it's about quality and viability too. I'm feeling way more informed already. But what about those times when you suspect your dog might need, a little extra gut support? Are there any signs we should be on the lookout for? So before the break, we were talking about those telltale signs, that maybe our dog's gut could use a little extra TLC. What are some things we should be, paying attention to?
Well, one of the most obvious, I think, is a change in their bathroom habits.
Yeah.
Frequent loose stools or diarrhea.
Yeah.
That can be a big red flag.
Right. That's usually the first thing we notice, right?
Yeah.
Is it just about consistency, or are there other things we should be looking at too?
Well, consistency is a big one, but also keep an eye on the frequency and volume.
Okay.
Like if your dog's suddenly having to go more often, or their output is much larger than usual, that could be a sign that things aren't quite right.
Okay. So any major deviation from their normal poop routine, basically, warrants further investigation.
Yeah, I think so.
What about those notoriously stinky dog farts?
Oh, yeah.
Could those be related to gut health as well?
Absolutely. A little gas here and there is normal.
Right.
But if your dog is constantly gassy,
Yeah.
or the smell is particularly foul, it could be a sign of an imbalance in their gut bacteria. Think of it as, those bacteria sending out distress signals.
Oh, I know those distress signals all too well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like my dog could clear a room
Right.
with a single toot. What about changes in their appetite?
Mm-hmm.
Could that be linked to gut health too?
Definitely. If you notice your dog's, suddenly eating less, or they just seem uninterested in food they normally devour,
Right.
it could be a sign of digestive discomfort.
Yeah.
On the flip side, some dogs with gut issues might actually eat more,
Really?
trying to compensate for, poor nutrient absorption.
So it's not as simple as just more food equals happy dog. We need to pay attention to the context.
Yeah, definitely.
And any changes in their eating habits. This is reminding me of the article's point about how gut health affects a dog's coat. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Sure. A dull or lackluster coat, especially when it's accompanied by dry, flaky skin, that can be a sign that they're not properly absorbing nutrients,
Okay.
possibly due to an imbalance in their gut bacteria.
Wow, I had no idea those two things were connected. So a shiny, healthy coat is basically a reflection of a happy gut.
You got it. It's amazing how interconnected everything is. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that antibiotics, while sometimes necessary, can really disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in your dog's gut.
Yeah. That's why doctors always tell us to take probiotics after a course of antibiotics.
Yeah.
Right? To replenish the good bacteria.
Same principle applies to dogs. If your dog's recently been on antibiotics,
Okay.
probiotics can be crucial in helping restore that healthy gut flora and prevent digestive upset.
Okay, antibiotics are on the radar. What about stress? I know it can wreak havoc on my stomach.
Uh-huh.
Can it affect our dog's gut health as well?
Absolutely. Just like with us, stress can really throw off the balance of bacteria in a dog's gut.
Oh, wow.
Think about changes in routine, travel, loud noises, or even separation anxiety.
Right.
These can all trigger stress and lead to digestive upset.
So it's not just about what they're eating, it's about their overall emotional well-being too.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
This is making me think, though, about the practicalities of giving probiotics to our dogs. Do they come in, different forms? How do we actually get them to eat it?
That's a great question. Probiotics for dogs come in all sorts of forms. Powders, capsules, chews, even those yummy little probiotic treats.
Okay.
The best method really just depends on your dog's personality and how easy it is to incorporate into their routine.
Right. So if I have a picky eater, I might have better luck with those tasty chews or treats, right?
Yeah, probably.
But what about, the ones who will eat anything you put in front of them?
You can sprinkle powders on their food or mix them with a bit of water or bone broth.
Okay.
The key is to just follow the instructions on the product label for the correct dosage.
Got it. So we've covered the signs a dog might need probiotics, the different forms they come in, and even how to give them. Now, I'd love to delve into, how to choose the right probiotic.
Oh.
We talked about looking for species-specific strains, multiple bacterial strains, and a high CFU count. But are there any other factors we should consider?
Absolutely. It's always a good idea to choose a reputable brand
Okay.
that uses high-quality ingredients and has a solid track record. Look for brands that conduct independent testing to ensure the potency and purity of their products.
So it's worth doing our research and not just going for the cheapest option on the shelf.
Yeah, I think so.
Gut health is an investment in their overall well-being.
Exactly. And remember, every dog is an individual.
Right.
Some probiotics are formulated for specific issues like diarrhea or allergies, while others are more general purpose.
So if my dog has, a history of sensitive digestion, I might look for a probiotic specifically targeted toward that.
Exactly. Or if your dog has allergies, you might consider a probiotic that supports immune function.
Okay. This is so helpful. It's about understanding our dog's individual needs, not just grabbing any random probiotic off the shelf.
Yeah.
Now, I know we also mentioned natural sources of probiotics like yogurt and kefir.
Mm-hmm.
Are those a good alternative to supplements? Or should they be used in conjunction with them?
Well, that's a good point. While those natural sources can offer some beneficial bacteria, they usually don't have the same concentration or diversity of strains as a quality supplement.
So they're a nice addition to the diet,
Right.
but not necessarily a replacement for a targeted probiotic supplement. Like a supporting actor, not the lead role.
Yeah, you got it. Think of them as offering a little boost,
Okay.
while the supplement provides that concentrated dose of those beneficial bacteria.
I love those analogies. Okay, so we've talked about the signs of gut imbalance, the different types of probiotics, how to choose the right one, and even natural sources. I feel like I could write a book on dog gut health now.
Right.
But I know there's even more to this story. The article touches on this fascinating connection between gut health and overall well-being, which I'm dying to hear more about. We've been exploring all these fascinating details about dog digestion, the world of probiotics, but I'm really intrigued by this connection between gut health and overall well-being. It seems like it's about so much more than just like preventing an upset stomach.
It really is. The gut is now being recognized as playing a crucial role in everything from immune function to energy levels, even a dog's mood and cognitive function.
Really? So it's like the gut is the control center for their entire system.
Yeah.
We talked about the immune system being largely located in the gut, but how do those good bacteria actually contribute to a strong immune response?
Well, think of it as a two-pronged approach.
Okay.
First, those beneficial bacteria, they form a protective barrier along the intestinal walls, preventing the harmful bacteria from getting through, like a frontline defense force guarding the gates.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's like their own personal security team.
Yeah.
What's the second prong?
Well, they also play a crucial role in training the immune system to recognize and respond to threats more effectively.
Okay.
Those good bacteria are constantly interacting with the immune cells in the gut, teaching them how to identify and neutralize the bad guys.
So it's not just about keeping the bad guys out. It's about training the immune system to be more efficient at fighting them off. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And a healthy gut microbiome means a stronger immune system, which means fewer sick days for our furry friends.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just fighting off infections. A balanced gut microbiome can even help manage allergic responses and inflammatory conditions.
Wow, I'm really starting to grasp just how powerful those tiny bacteria are.
Yeah.
The article also mentions something about gut health and energy levels. How are those two connected?
Well, when your dog's gut is functioning optimally, it's able to extract more nutrients from their food. And those nutrients provide the body with the fuel it needs for everything.
Okay.
From running and playing to just maintaining basic bodily functions.
Makes perfect sense. If their gut isn't absorbing nutrients properly, they're not going to have the energy to, be their usual playful selves.
Right.
They might seem lethargic or just not as excited about, their daily walk.
Yeah. And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Emerging research suggests that gut health might even have a direct impact on a dog's mood and behavior.
Wait, really? So my dog's occasional grumpiness could be due to, an unhappy gut. Tell me more.
It all comes down to what's called the gut-brain axis.
Okay.
This intricate network of nerves and hormones that allows the gut and the brain to communicate with each other.
The gut-brain axis, that sounds so complex.
It is complex, but it's also incredibly fascinating.
I bet.
What we're learning is that imbalances in the gut microbiome, they can send signals to the brain that influence things like mood, anxiety levels, and even cognitive function.
So if we want our dogs to be happy, well-adjusted, mentally sharp, we need to pay attention to their gut health.
Exactly.
It's not just about their physical well-being.
Yeah, it's a holistic approach to their health.
Right.
Now we're still in the early stages of understanding all the nuances of the gut-brain connection.
I bet.
But the research so far is incredibly exciting.
This is all blowing my mind.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much we're still learning about the gut and its impact on every aspect of a dog's life.
Yeah.
So if we want to support our dog's gut health and those all-important bacteria, where do we even begin?
Well, we've already discussed probiotics, both in supplement form and from natural sources.
Right.
But there are other key factors to consider.
Okay.
Diet plays a huge role.
Right. You are what you eat, or in this case, your dog is what they eat. So what kind of diet are we aiming for?
Just like with us, a balanced diet full of whole foods is key. Make sure your dog is getting high-quality protein sources, healthy fats, and plenty of fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains.
So those table scraps and processed treats are probably not doing their gut any favors.
Yeah, those are best kept to a minimum. They can disrupt the balance of bacteria in the gut and lead to all sorts of digestive issues.
Okay, so we're focusing on whole, nutritious foods. What else can we do to keep those furry tummies happy?
Hydration is crucial.
Okay.
Make sure your dog always has access to fresh, clean water. Water keeps things moving smoothly through the digestive system, prevents constipation, and ensures those gut bacteria can thrive.
Hydration check. Now, I know exercise is important for their overall health,
Yeah.
but does it actually affect their gut health too?
Absolutely. Regular exercise helps stimulate digestion and keeps things moving along properly. Plus, as we discussed earlier, it's a fantastic stress reliever, and we know that stress can negatively impact those gut bacteria.
So a daily walk or playtime isn't just about, burning off energy. It's about supporting their gut health too.
Right.
And I imagine regular checkups are important as well.
Absolutely. Regular checkups allow your vet to monitor your dog's overall health, catch any potential gut issues early on, and make personalized recommendations based on their individual needs.
Prevention is always better than cure, as they say. This has been such an insightful deep dive into the world of dog digestion and probiotics. I feel like I've learned so much about how to support my furry friends' overall well-being, starting with their gut.
It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Remember, a healthy gut is the foundation for a happy, healthy dog.
I think we can all raise a pot of that. And to our listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of dog gut health. Remember, you can request a deep dive into any topic that sparks your curiosity. Until next time, keep those tails wagging.